While supporting agriculture and also strengthening rural communities often go hand in hand. Nebraska, like many other states, has a network of extension educators dedicated to the success of families, farms, and the economy. Well, Nebraska Extension Dean and Director Chuck Hibberd joins us now with the latest. And Chuck, as always, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us today. If you would, tell us a little bit about the role of Extension in Nebraska.
Absolutely, Janet. You know, we are really proud of the fact that we have a county-based, locally distributed extension program in Nebraska. We think that's really important because so many of the issues that people deal with across the state are truly local issues. And so having that local system really gives us an opportunity to, first of all, build relationships, trust-based relationships, but then also think about how do we respond to those critical local issues in a way that people value and they can build and grow on. So that's a key part of our mission here in Nebraska.
Now, it was just a year ago that Nebraska experienced those devastating floods. How did Extension help respond to that situation?
You know, Janet, we were there on day one, March 13th, 2019. Our folks were out connecting with farmers and livestock producers. And by the way, half of Nebraska was flooded. The other half suffered an extreme blizzard. And so we were there right on day one. We were working in the emergency operations centers, responding to calls. We were working with the volunteer registration centers, you know, because in a disaster, a big part of response is how do we organize volunteers and help them do really good things. And then just really continuing that effort as the flood developed and then began to recede, helping people understand what it takes to protect their home. And if their home did get wet, we had moisture meters that we provided for people so they could test the wood in their home and not rebuild until things had dried out. So just a lot of that really local response. And by the way, it's for the long haul. We expect another 8 or 9 years before this 2019 flood is fully addressed.
Looking to the future, how will University Extension continue to make an impact on the Husker State?
You know, we have a number of programs that are really important. This really started with the farm economy and the flood, but mental health and well-being is a huge issue in this state as it is in so many. So we're really ramping up our work in that area. We have a new program, a new initiative that's really focused on rural communities, rural community prosperity, and helping local leaders think about how do they grow their community, how do they attract people to their community. So people attraction, placemaking, creating communities where people want to live and work. And it's interesting, in some of our rural communities in Nebraska, 2/3 of the newcomers don't have a connection with that community. So this work that we're doing with community leaders is really important to the future of our state.
Well, Chuck, thank you very much for taking the time to share the story with us today. Nebraska Extension Dean and also Director Chuck Hibberd joining us today from Nebraska.